it's a good practice to get into the practice of, finding your seat, as they say. This is the pose of meditation. Asana is its Sanskrit name. And it's a place where we can kind of collect and start to disassociate from our surroundings and start to go a little bit more inward. Yoga is a practice of breathing and meditation, and the degree to which we take that, or the depth, perhaps, for lack of a better word, really is dependent on the practitioner. But it's good to establish a pattern of breathing and meditation, and one in which then you can carry forward with into your yoga poses. I think we all want some sort of physical benefit from the yoga practice, and there's nothing the matter with that. If let's just say the ultimate goal in a yoga and meditation is bliss, okay, well, we can't be blissful if our bodies are sore and tight and cranky and such. So, working the physical aspect is very, very much a part of a holistic yoga practice. When we come into those poses, though, particularly, if you've been practicing a while, practice for the sake of practicing. Practice for the sake of just being in the moment in the poses. Your bodies have a wonderful way of expressing themselves in these postures. And now let other elements of the practice in. Take our arms up over our heads. Create a nice stretch into our side bodies, lifting up through the back of the heart. And then join your hands together, please, and place them down. Let's come forward onto our hands and our knees. So place your hands underneath your shoulders and bring your knees underneath your hips. Let's take the right leg, tuck your right toes, and slide your right foot towards the back of the mat, lifting the knee up into the air. Push firmly through your arms, pull your belly in, and get a strong lift into your right quadricep. Slide the right foot over to the left, glance over your left shoulder, take a little bit of a side bend on your right side, so start to feel a little bit of space happening, but let it be the arms and the right leg that's really giving you this stretch onto the right side. Good. Come back to the center, okay, and then drop your inner right heel down for side plank, pick up your right arm. So you see me to the back, keeping your right foot flat, reach up through the right fingertips, and start to feel this is a balance pose. So you're really balancing on the left side of your body. It takes a bit of coordination and core work to maintain. If you'd like, you can bring your chin closer towards your right shoulder, looking up towards your right fingers. If you get a little bit more in the pose, lean a bit into the left arm, flex your right foot, and lift the leg up. It's good glute work so that your inner thigh begins to engage. It will challenge your balance. Very nice. Keep your right leg in the air and bring your right hand back down to the ground. Now pick up your left arm for a spinal balance, reaching forward through the left fingertips and through the bottom of your right foot. Pull your belly in. Stay, looking primarily down. You don't want to arch the neck a whole lot with this. Very nice. Take one more breath here. We're here, so now we breathe. Beautiful. And release the hand and the knee down. You can kind of shake out the tail a little tiny bit, little action into that right side, that right glute. And we'll go to the other side now. Tuck the left toes and slide the left foot back. Left knee stays lifted, chin is lifted, arms firm. Slide the left foot over to the right side. The right corner of your mat, look over your right shoulder. Actually take your head and your eye gaze and look past your right shoulder. Press through your left heel. Really neat little stretch into the left side of the body. Come back to the center, drop your left heel down, and pick up your left arm. So now your side plank, good Christine, on this side. Maybe you need to move a little bit slower. The body's, not quite sure where you are. That's just fine. Good. Lean a bit into your right arm, lift your left leg, flex through your left foot, squeeze your left glute as you do so. Draw your belly and activate your muscles to create the stability in the body. Very nice. Keep your left leg in the air and return your left hand back down to the floor. Nice and light. Pick up your right arm, smile balance, reach. Reach through the right fingertips, press through the bottom of your left foot. Good. Pull your belly and your rib cage in, stay firm and strong. As you start to wake the body up muscularly and energetically with your breath. One more breath here. And then release the hand and the knee down. Very nice. Press back into a child's pose. Allow child's pose to be a stretch for the legs, for the lower part of the body and the low back. And drop your head and your chest down towards the floor. If you'd like to wiggle a little bit or find any little squiggly little personal child's pose thing that you like, then please do so. But relax your knees and your back. Let the tops of your feet start to stretch. And now let's extend the arms way out to the front of the mat, more like an extended child's pose. And let's take it into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, tuck your toes under, and lift your tailbone well up into the air. Allow the spine to stretch and to find length. Good. Tailbone lifting up, side body getting long. Push down through the heels, push down through the hands. Very nice. Let your head and your chest relax just a little tiny bit. Firm up your arms. As you telescope and lengthen the spine, tailbone reaching back, quadriceps staying engaged. Let the heels be a little heavy. Breathe. Breathe into this pose. Breathe into this space, this action, this strength into the body. Inhale, shift forward into plank pose. So start to take yourself forward over your wrists, warming up your wrists and your arms. Exhale, breathing, downward facing dog. Nice. And again, inhale, breathing, come forward into plank. It's slow. Exhale, breathing, push back into downward facing dog. Fully express yourself in the dog. Last one, inhale and come forward again into the plank. This time the exhale will lower all the way down to the ground. Bend your elbows and lower yourself down. Release the tops of your feet. So we'll take Cobra on the claws. Take your hands a little bit off to the sides. Come onto the tips of the fingers. Engage your legs. Your elbows will point up a bit. And now push your chest up, starting to get into your back. Drop your shoulders down. Very nice. And now slowly lower down. Good. And again, inhale, breathing. Push through the fingertips. Lift through the chest. Exhale, breathing. And lower down. One more. Inhale, breathing. Lift up. And exhale, breathing. Lower down. Beautiful. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Lift your kneecaps up. Push yourself up to plank. And back to downward facing dog. Inhale, breathing. Right leg lifts up into the air. Stretch your leg up into the air behind you. Press your left heel towards the ground and reach your right heel up towards the ceiling. And now take your right foot and step it up in between your hands. Good. Step your left foot up next to it. Inhale, breathing, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Lift your chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, breathing. Drop down. Hold this just for a moment, Uttanasana. Ideally, your hands would be on the floor with your fingers in line with your toes. You can always bend your knees a little tiny bit to find some more freedom in your low back. Let the chest be heavy and let the head be heavy as well. Now let's place your hands on your outer hips or thighs and very gently bring yourself up to a stand. At the top of your mat, Tadasana mountain pose. Let your arms come down by your sides. Turn your palms slightly forward, so allow your arms to externally rotate, your chest to open just a bit. Finding a stance that's actually light and stable. Qualities we want to take into all of our poses this morning. Inhale, breathing, arms up overhead, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, breathing, and take a forward fold, come down. Inhale, half lift. Vinyasa, step your feet to the back of the mat into plank pose. Either lower down to the ground, as I am doing. Take a back bend, Cobra, or perhaps up dog, and bring yourself back to downward facing dog. The left leg lifts up into the air. Inhale, breathing. Reach your leg up. Push the right heel down. Stretch through the bottom of your foot. And now take your left foot, step it up in between your hands, and step your right foot up next to it. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, breathing, fold. This time, come all the way up. Inhale, stand up, arms up over your head. Take your hands, interlace your fingers. Flip your palms to face up towards the ceiling. Take a side bend over to the right. Push your left heel down. Hips stay a little bit forward. Keep your arms back. Left side body get some length. Well done. Come up, go to the other side. Right, stretch over to your left. Allowing your right side body to get long. Push your right heel down. Draw the belly in, keep your pelvis forward. Inhale, breathing, come back up. Release your arms down by your sides. Very nice. Right. Pyramid pose. So let's take the right leg and step it back about 3 feet. So your heels are almost in one line, toes pointing forward and hips are squared. In fact, place your hands on your hips. Pull your left hip back and now start to lean forward over your left leg. Keep going. I'd like you to get your hands down on the floor or on blocks, perhaps next to your left foot. You might need to bend your left leg. Pull your left hip back and then let your head and your chest fold over your leg, opening up into the hamstring and into the back side of your body. Collect a few breaths here as you firm up your back leg, right? So your right heel grounds down, right quad pushes back. Let your side body get long. Free up your lats. Let them drape and slide down your left leg, so to speak. One more breath here. And now runner's lunge. So line your hands up with your left foot. Take your right foot to the back of the mat so that your left knee is fully bent to 90 degrees. Reach your chest forward. Pick up your left arm. Inhale, breathing. Open up and twist. Turn your spine. Twist. Reach all the way up. Beautiful. Bring your left hand back down. Drop your right heel down. And inhale, breathing. Lift up into a warrior one pose. Lifting your chest up, dropping down, pushing through your back foot. Draw your belly and reach up for your fingertips. And push down through the left heel as your back starts to find space. Good. Maybe firming up your back leg. That's the action. That's the pose. And then bending your front leg to whatever degree can accommodate the solidity of the back leg. Hold the arms up into the air. Very nice. Take your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. Pull your knuckles away from your low back and straighten out your left leg. Turn your left toes over to the right, wide-legged stretch here. We're going to take a forward fold. Drop the head and the chest down. Nice, Christine. So head and chest drops down. Yeah, that looks good. Nice silhouette. Actually, good-looking video. Pull the knuckles away from the low back. Good, Robin. You can relax the head as much as you can or like or need. Good. Pulling the hands away from your back. Maybe the knees bend a little tiny bit. Again, whatever's going to work for you. Beautiful. Nice. And then release the grip. Place the hands down on the floor. Okay? Walk your hands over to your left foot. Turn your left toes back forward. So you're back to the runner's lunge. This time, put your right knee down. Low lunge. Inhale, breathing. And lift up. Lift the chest up. Push your hips down and forward, lean back. So get a little bit more warmed up coming into this pose. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more spinal extension by taking the chest and bringing it back, allowing the hips to drop down and forward a bit, opening up into your hip flexors. Beautiful. Nice. One more breath here. Vinyasa. Put your hands down. Pick up your right knee. Send your left leg back to plank. And And lower down, chaturanga to up dog. Downward facing dog. And from your down dog, look forward, bend your knees, and bring your feet up to the top of the mat. Take a breath, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, breathing, bring your hands to your heart center. All right. Nice sequence. Let's take that on the other side. So we started with pyramid pose. Your right foot stays forward, the left leg steps back up, 3 foot distance between your feet. Square off your hips, so bring your left hip forward. And now start to lean forward over your right leg, drop down. Put your hands down on the floor and drop the head and the chest. Let the back go, let the head go, the chest folding over your leg. Again, it's about the back leg, keeping the back leg straight, solid, and strong. You might need a little bit of a bend to your front leg. Make sure you're breathing in this pose. So chase a little bit of breath as much as you might be tempted to chase a little bit of a deeper expression of the posture. And starting to get into the right glute and hamstring, very powerful pose for your lower body and the side of the right leg. Good. Runner's lunge, get your hands in line with your right foot, bend the right knee, and take the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Drop your hips, lengthen your spine, even look just a little bit forward. Stay on your left hand, pick up your right arm, open up into a twist, strong stretch for your hips. Bring your right hand down, warrior one pose. So take your left foot, maybe slide it up about an inch. Drop the left heel down, lift your chest up. And then as you're ready, bring your arms up over your head. Good. Thanks, Robin, for your warrior one pose. Lifting up, action in your spine. So it's not just kind of holding your chest up, but reaching it up at the same time. And then you counter that by pressing down and letting the hips be heavy and getting grounded and earthy in the lower body while light and lifted in your upper body. Your arms help a lot with that. Engage your triceps, reach through your fingertips, pull your belly in tight. One more breath here. And then place your hands on your hips and straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes over to the left. Good. Reach your arms out to the side. Just open up, broaden across your chest. Take a forward fold, come down. Put your hands down on the floor underneath your shoulders. Drop your head and your chest down. Reach for your ankles, calves, or heels. Give a gentle pull with your arms, bringing your arms back towards your shins. Take your elbows back towards the shins. Lift the tailbone up into the air and drop the head of the chest down. Take a few breaths here. A little bit of a fuller inversion with our arms down as well. Let the neck be free. Let the head be heavy. Lift your tailbone up into the air. Nice. One more breath. Good. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Look up. Good. Walk them to your right foot. So go back to your runner's lunge. Good. Put your left knee down. Low lunge. Inhale. We lift up. Lift up through your chest. To your back, into your spine. Lifting and holding. Let the hips drop down and forward a bit. Shoulders down. Nice. And give it some breath in and out through the nose. Deep grounding posture here. Feel your back. Well done. One more breath. Vinyasa. Put your hands down. Pick up your back knee. Step back to plank pose. And now lower down. So bend the elbows. Good. Very nice. Lift up. Nice, Robin. And back to downward facing dog. Well done. All righty. And from your dog, look forward, bend your knees, bring your feet up to the top of the mat. And just step or jump. Good. Take a half lift, inhale. And exhale, breathing, fold. Very nice. So now stay down here. Put your fingertips on the floor and bring your feet together. Lift your heels up and bend your knees down into a little squat. So we're just kind of squatting down, knees are bent, heels are off the floor, your legs are kind of close together. Very good. And then we'll balance into a toe stand. So start to walk your hands back. Start to bring your shoulders over your hips. Maybe you can get your hands off the floor. Engage your inner thighs. Bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Keeping your chest lifted. Well done. Maybe a little shaking going on. See if you can lift up a little. Oh, a lot of leg strength, right? Just a couple inches off your heels. Nice. And then see if you can come up the rest of the way. Oof. And bring your heels down. Yes. Inhale, breathing, arms up. Right, that's all the chair poses for a whole week. In that pose, exhale, forward fold and come down. Beautiful. Inhale, breathing, half lift. Step your right leg to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Pick up your left arm. Inhale, breathing, open up, take a twist. Good. Bring your left hand down, warrior one. Take the right heel down, inhale, breathing, and lift up your Havasana one. Take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Pull your knuckles back. Take a forward fold. Bring your left shoulder down onto your left thigh. Drop your head down on the inside of your left calf. Pull the knuckles up towards the ceiling and push mightily through your right foot. Engaging your right leg, getting deeper into the hip. Nope, you got it, Christine. Good job. Couple more breaths here. A little bit of a different sequence. We're going to take this into a lizard stretch. Release the grip and bring your hands down on the inside of your left leg. You can lift your right heel up, spin onto the ball of the right foot, and even put your right knee down if you'd like. Good. Go down as low as you'd like. Go down as low. Maybe some of you can come down to your forearms. I like to stay on my hands with this. Fantastic posture. Do this a lot. It's a good one to have. And collect a little bit of breathing with this. Body go down, good steam. Either your back foot is flat or tucked, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then gently come up onto your hands, okay? Push yourself up. And with your left hand, see if you can reach back and grab your right foot. So you might have to shift back. And if you do so, then drop back down forward. A huge stretch for the quad. You got it. Leaning your chest away from your left leg. Let the foot open up your left shoulder. Okay, listen carefully. One-legged dog. Let go of the right foot. Put the left hand down and lift your left leg all the way up into the air. All the way up into the air. Bend your knee. Stack your left hip on top of your right and flip the dog. Take the foot behind you and lift up. Yeah. Letting your left arm kind of drape somewhere over your left shoulder. Firm up your right leg. Open up the chest. Vinyasa, bring your left hand down, take your left foot back down into plank pose and lower down chaturanga. Inhale, breathing, up dog. And exhale, breathing, downward facing dog. Good. And we'll take a few breaths in the dog. Collect the breath a little tiny bit. Nice. Relax the shoulders a little bit. Good. All right. Look forward. Bend your knees and bring your feet up to the top. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Good. So again, we're going to come back to that little toe standing thing a little different now. Take your feet a little wider, maybe 3 or 4 inches apart. Again, lift your heels, bend your knees. Now this time, let the knees go wide and bring your heels together to touch. So you're in a bit of a really a classic Malasana pose. Heels are off the floor. Knees are a little wide. Let your hips come as close to your heels as possible. Now begin to drop your chest down in between your knees and reach your arms out in front of you. Kind of like a downward facing dog. A huge stretch for your back. Good. Let the arms get really long, creating that much more space into your spine. Hips press back towards your heels. Knees are as wide as that's going to happen. Well done. One more breath. Good. And then very gently come back. Good. We'll try crow pose here. Place your hands down out in front of you. Right? You're already on your toes. You just lift your hips up a bit and snuggle your knees as close up to your armpits as possible, rolling the weight forward towards your fingertips, and then picking up the feet, bringing your big toes together, maybe straightening your arms out a little tiny bit. Well done. One more breath here. And then place your feet back down. Right. And straighten out your legs, forward fold a bit. Drop down just for a moment. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Padahastasana, so you're wiggling your toes along the creases of your wrists. And just giving your hands and your wrists a little relief from the arm balance. And then let's release. Place your hands on your outer hips once again, and slowly bring yourself up to a stand. Always. Back to mountain pose, Uttanasana. Close your eyes just for a moment. Take a couple of breaths here, and we'll bring this into the other side. Alrighty, open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, breathing. Please take a forward fold, come down. Half lift, inhale. Left leg steps to the back of the mat. Pick up your right arm, inhale, breathing. Twist, move your spine. Exhale, bring the hand down, warrior one. Drop your back heel down and lift yourself up. Virabhadrasana 1. Take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, forward fold here. Drop down, there you go. Drop the head and the chest down, very nice. On the inside of your right leg, pulling your right hip back, push through your left foot. Pull the knuckles back, opening up your chest, very nice. From here, release the grip, place your hands down on the floor on the inside of your leg, lizard lunge. You can walk the right foot, nice Christine, over to the right. Put your left knee down if you'd like, and drop your head and your chest down. Keep your right knee somewhere over your right ankle. You want to keep that relationship. And then from there, let your hips drop down as much as that can be. Into your deeper part of the pelvis and such. Allowing gravity to kind of get into the muscles as it can do. Two more breaths. Now come up onto your hands, right? Your left hand on the floor. Reach back with your right arm. Bend your left leg. Grab the foot. Okay. And then let the hips drop down and forward again. Lean back a bit. You don't have to pull the heel towards the glutes. A nice quad stretch. Sometimes it's nice to let the foot pull the arm back and opening up the chest. You're still getting good action into the left quad with that. Release the left foot down to the floor. Put your right hand down, one-legged dog. Take your right leg, lift it up. Bend your right knee, flip your dog, pivot on the ball of your left foot. Definitely want to make sure you have enough room at home for this one. Good, reach up. Beautiful. Vinyasa, bring the hand down. Take the foot down, come forward into plank pose, a lot of heat. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, breathing. Up dog. And exhale, breathing. Downward facing dog. From your down dog, look forward, bend your knees, and bring your feet up to the top. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, and all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Take a little tree pose here. So we'll balance. We'll stand on our left leg. Okay. So take the sole of the right foot up. Place it on the inside of your left leg, somewhere above or below the knee. Firm up your left leg. And reach your arms up over your head. Let your eye gaze steady forward. So once you find your sweet spot, your balance, soften the mind, the jaw, a little bit of ease into your upper body, a lot of lightness. Maybe it's a little windy up here, that's okay. Firm the arms, lift up through the fingertips. And keep your left leg straight, solid, and strong. Place your hands on your hips, okay? Take your right foot, step it all the way to the back of the mat, and then turn yourself to the right to your wide-legged stance. Good. Reach your arms out and take a forward fold. Come down, put your hands down on the floor. Keep your right fingertips forward, turn your left fingertips back, walk your left hand through your legs, reach your right arm forward and drop your head and your chest down. So you're coming into this upper spine twist. Lifting your tailbone up into the air. And then switch sides. Take the left arm forward, walk your right hand through the legs, and come into this nice twisting posture. Certainly good for the upper back. Good. And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders and inhale, breathing, look forward. Good. Walk over to your left foot, turn your left toes towards the front of your mat, and step your right foot up. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that on the other side. So we'll stand on the right leg, and now we'll take the left foot up to the inside. Okay. Bringing the foot to the inside of the leg. Oiks. Finding whatever stillness. And slowly bring your arms up. Sometimes one side is not as cooperative as the other. That's normal. Up through your chest, firm through your leg. Belly pulls in. Upper body leans back. Just a little tiny fish. Nice. Place your hands on your hips. So again, we'll go back to the wide-legged thing. Take your left foot, remove it, send it to the back of your mat, and then turn yourself to the left. So yogi's choice here, right? If you've got room, right? You want to do a headstand, Christine, try that. If the headstand isn't your thing, just forward folding, interlacing your hands behind your back is always a nice stretch. Taking your legs out wide, maybe bending one knee and then the other, kind of shifting your weight back and forth can be kind of nice. Or of course the tripod headstand, if that's your thing, right? Or any really version. You can take a few moments here to explore that. Walking over to one leg a bit really takes the stretch a little deep. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Nice. And then let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders. Lift your chest up. Walk them to your right foot. And we'll step back now, downward facing dog. All right. And from your dog, let's come forward and put the knees down on the floor. Lift up to a kneeling position. Take your knees a little wider than your hips. Okay. Tuck your toes under for this first one. And with your right hand, reach back for your right heel. Now to grab your right heel, don't bring your hips back. You actually want to take your hips forward and the arm back. Take your left arm and just draw a few circles with it. Just a few little opening circles as you press the hips and the thighs forward. And now we'll switch, taking your left hand, bringing it back to your left heel, and bringing your right arm up and around just a few more times. You have a light connection, right? Eventually you'll find depth. Camel's a very deep pose. It's a very gentle version of it. Now keep your left hand where it is. Take your right hand back to your right heel. And push your hips forward. Lift your chest up. Look up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can drop your head back if you're comfortable with that. Well done. 1 more breath. And then release. Come on up. Good. So now bring your legs together. Sit down on your heels. And just stretch out the feet this way. And after deep back bends like that, twists are really nice. Place your right fingertips behind you and place your left hand on the outer part of your right thigh. And now sit up and use your arms to create a twist into the spine. It feels good. It feels good after that compression in the back. To get this little twisty thing, sit up really tall as you do so. Nice. And then let's switch. We'll go to the other side. Place your right hand on the outer part of your left thigh. Bring your left hand behind you. And sit up. Twist, move your ribs, your chest. Gaze goes back. Belly pulls in. Very nice. 1 more breath. And then release from that. Beautiful. All right, let's take our legs and we'll straighten them out in front. Bringing your legs together, Uttanasana. A beautiful forward fold. So a slight internal rotation in the hip. So I like to take the underneath my left leg, kind of pull it out to the left, underneath the right. Do that the same. That gives a little bit more space in the pelvis. Inhale, breathing. Reach your arms up over your head. And now take a forward fold. Dive over your legs and drop your head in your chest. We'll be here about a minute. If you need to soften your legs, that's okay. We're really getting a little bit more into the back now. Kind of finding this more of a gentler stretch than you would get in a down dog. Let the head hang, the chin to the chest. Let the forearms, the elbows be heavy. Really soften, so don't hold back, yet at the same time, don't force it. As the chest comes down, the arms can relax a bit. Stretch into the back side of your body. Mm. 3 more breaths here. With great ease, we surrender into this shape. Slowly bring ourselves up, nice and gentle, very nice. Come on to our backs, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Thread the needle, reach underneath your left leg here, and straighten the leg out. Good. Flex your foot and press your pelvis into the ground. Right. Notice how good it feels to flatten your back completely. Use your right elbow to kind of nudge the right leg away from you a bit to get a little bit more of that external stretch. It's a good complement to the lizard pose. Good, strong left leg. Bring your shoulders down. Keep your chin level. Look up towards the ceiling. Nice. And then gently soften your left foot back down to the floor. Walk your left foot a little over to the left side of the mat. And now drop your knees over to the right. So you've got this little twist. If that's too much, you can take your right foot off of your outer left leg. Pardon me, your outer left IT band and hip gets a good stretch. It's a nice internal stretch for the left hip, and it's certainly a good spine twist. Let the belly relax. Keep your left arm and your left shoulder on the floor. One more breath here. And then release. Bring yourself up. Good. All right, so those two things on the other side. So both feet back on the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And then reach through and grab underneath your right leg. Lie back down. Straighten your right leg. Right hamstrings well stretched for this. And then use that action to press the pelvis down. Even the left side of the pelvis, and that'll get a little juicier into your left hip. Good, shoulders are down. I mean, kind of easy to hike up a bit, so try pressing them down. Keep your back flat. And keep your left foot flexed. Good. And now place your left foot down on the floor. You can walk it a little, right foot on the floor. Walk it over to the right a bit, and then drop the knees this time. Keeping your right shoulder down. Twist to the spine. It goes to the right. Relax the belly and the back. A little weight come into the right leg. Good. Keep your hips and your hamstrings well stretched. Now, certainly, if we're traveling back and forth, we're just doing whatever we're doing, sitting down, our stuff just makes the low body so tight. One more breath here. And then release that. And we'll set up our Shavasana. So center yourself on the mat. If you have to take a few moments to make sure like your little nest is all set up, that's fine. Make sure the room is comfortable. If you can darken it, that's always a good thing. Your arms and your feet, your legs come out a little tiny bit. Palms can face up. Let the body rest, and we'll take a few moments in silence together here before closing our practice. And make your next breath a little deeper. Then your last breath, let your head roll a little left and right. Sweep your arms up over your head and point your toes and reach through your fingertips. Give yourself a good morning stretch. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a light little hug. Roll a little bit along the low back. And then let's come back to where we began. So roll yourself up, switch, and we'll come back to our seat. The seat at the beginning, the seat at the close. That's such a great part of the practice, right? Completely different than we were a little while ago. Really, all that yoga in us, the body open and the mind reset. Huge adjustment. Let's join our hands together at our hearts. Grateful for the experience. Take the chin to the chest. I'm certainly grateful for you for joining us consistently. And then for those of you who aren't joining us but still practicing at another time, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend, everybody. Until next time, namaste.